This is the DJI Mavic 4 Pro. Let's get into it. And what I did is I took it to a model flying club and flew the drone in a field. Captured some shots testing out all the focal lengths and all of the kind of like capabilities of the actual drone itself. Now, I was pleasantly surprised at how easy and manageable the drone was actually to fly. I got more and more confident as I was using it, to the point where I was able to go through things without necessarily worrying about kind of damaging the drone, as it's got a whole host of sensors to see the direction in which the drone is going on the monitor itself. So this like nice little screen that kind of gives you the reverse camera or the side-to-side camera, which is part of the sensor kind of layout of the drone, and it's really quite powerful, really safe to fly. And I did put it in sports mode as well. That was a lot of fun. It moved a little bit faster than I was expecting. Anyway, let's get into the drone itself. So the DJI Mavic 4 Pro has a lot of fantastic features. For example, it's got a 51-minute battery life, which actually means if you have all of the Fly More combo batteries charged, you can fly this drone for almost 3 hours, which I don't think I had experience. In fact, whilst actually flying the drone, I was just like, well, I kind of want to bring it down just for fun, to be honest with you, but it could stay up for another 20 minutes and be completely fine. Now, the drone itself actually has 3 focal lengths. That is, of course, a 28mm, a 70mm, and then 168mm camera on it. The 2 telephoto lenses are around 50 megapixels, one being 48, the other one being 50, and the super tele is 50. The normal medium tele is the 48 megapixel. Now, when it comes to the 28mm lens, you've actually got a 100 megapixel micro four thirds sensor, which actually makes this a lot better in low light situations, but also just a general really powerful sensor to have in a drone like this, allowing you to get exquisite detail. Now, the aperture of the telephoto lenses is, of course, 2.8, but you can still really get some nice depth of field. And what's really great about using these longer telephotos is if you're trying to pan around a subject, it looks far more crazy than, of course, you would when it came to the normal wide angle. So the main camera is the one that can actually shoot 6K at 60p. The other 2 cameras only shoot 4K at 60. This is still giving you a hell of a lot of option, and really 4K is kind of where you really want it to be just in general, although it would be quite nice to be able to shoot at higher resolutions. You do have a HDR function here, which is, great to gather really high dynamic range shots. You can, of course, shoot in D-Log, and this just allows you to really kind of dial down on the settings and make sure that the images you're getting are as impressive as possible. The 28mm does have a variable aperture of f2 to f11, and then the telephoto lenses are f2.8. The drone's takeoff weight is around 1,063 grams. It can go up to 90 kilometers an hour or around about 60-ish miles per hour. It has a max takeoff altitude of 6,000 meters and a wind resistance of 43.1 kilometers an hour, which makes it around about 26.8 miles per hour. Depending on which version you go with, you do have a 64 gigabyte internal storage, or if you go for the creator combo, you do have 512 gigabytes internal. When it comes to the Fly More combo, it is only that 64 gigabyte. When it comes to this video, I shot around about 230 gigabyte, and if you're going through 3 batteries, you're going to be using up a lot of storage, so it is important to have. You do have a micro SD card slot in here, so you can save it to a larger micro SD card slot. However, probably recommended to go for the one with the larger internal storage. When it comes to the Fly More combo as well as the Creator combo, you do actually get this 100-watt charger for all of the batteries, which charges things pretty quickly. It's about an hour between each battery charge, and it's just a nice and efficient way to make you fly that much more. Although 3 hours of flying is quite a long time just in general to fly. The gimbal of the camera can rotate 360 degrees and can lift up around about 70 degrees as well, which makes it good for getting shots if you're going underneath something or just needing to look up and then look rather than just looking down. When it comes to the transmission unit on the drone, you've got the DJI 04 Plus with a range up to 30 kilometers. This is dependent on the region you use it in, with 10-bit HDR video transmission support, which just makes the experience overall pretty damn fantastic. There's no word of a lie that this drone is super powerful with Just great specs. Let's go into that creator combo now and talk about one of my favorite things, which is new DJI Clearview remote. And this is something I found completely fantastic about the actual drone itself, because when you open it up, you don't necessarily need to screw in the joysticks. They literally just pop up, and it's just like this kind of like really awesome mechanical experience as it comes up. The other side to it is because it has a rotating gimbal to it, you can actually shoot in portrait video there as well if you're doing more social orientated videos. Now you can set this to you changing it in the remote itself, but if you wanted to, you can rotate that screen, of course, and it goes into that portrait fashion, and then the gimbal on the camera will actually rotate as well, which is kind of a nice little added benefit. You do have the ability to do 360 barrel rolls as well if you want to do some more cinematic style footage. This drone is pretty much king of the castle, and overall it's just a really powerful device. Now, I did end up shooting a bunch of different modes and a bunch of different resolutions to kind of like put the drone through its paces, and I would like to take it out again eventually at some point, but you know, as an initial test and kind of like talking about the drone and see if it's right for you, then this is great. The following are clips taken at the different resolutions. This is of course 6K 60p playing back at 30p. As you can see, it's really nice smooth footage, and now we're going to go over to the 4K at 60p on the medium telephoto lens, and again, as you can see, it's really smooth, and all the footage here, I've got to say, from DJI is actually really nice. You can play with it quite a bit. Now we're at the 4K 60p on the super telephoto lens, which of course is that 168mm, and again, really nice smooth. You can do quite a bit with it. The compression rate is absolutely excellent to be able to play with. And here we have a 4K at 60p on the portrait mode of the camera, and still looks really nice. Again, this is stuff you can use quite a bit. When tilting up on the 168mm lens, this is kind of what you're expecting to get. Again, really smooth footage. You can get things from a massive distance away. And overall, what I would say is that this drone is just simply versatile. As with most DJI products, you do actually have the active track modes, which allow you to do a whole host of different things, and they're a very powerful tool to be able to track things in the actual shot. So you can do this by either drawing a square around it and then choosing between the different modes, either following, track, or circling. It works out as a really powerful tool to be able to get cinematic looking footage without necessarily putting a massive amount of effort into it. The interface of the controller for the Mavic 4 Pro is actually very intuitive, and it feels really quite nice in the hands. The other great feature about this is you can actually record the audio of what you're saying via the control itself, and then of course you sync this up in post. You can do this with any of the DJI mics as well as shotgun USB-C mics that just plug into the bottom of it. Again, this is something that just as a content creator is super useful, but also if you're looking to record your logs and making sure everything is tracked and accurate as to what you're actually doing. So yeah, I have actually talked to a number of individuals over the years and to see kind of like what their experience of the drone has been, including the guy at Gemfest who used the DJI Mavic 4 Pro as a way to get shots of the festival itself. And of course, because he's licensed, he can fly in that kind of environment, and it's just overall really powerful. You get exquisite looking shots, and with the ability to change out your lenses to like a really long telephoto, you can just do some absolute cinema kind of like beautiful things. In fact, whilst we were up there, some light beams were coming through the cloudy sky, and I must admit, the shots look really pretty. The drone itself is a really powerful tool, and you know, drones these days are pretty much part of everybody's arsenal. This one is probably king of the castle when it comes to both video specs, capabilities, the ability to fly safely, but also just the tech involved with it is just an absolute dream. The DJI Mavic 4 Pro is one of the best cameras on the market at the moment, one of the best drones on the market at the moment if you're looking to do more drone style stuff. And if you like this video, please like, follow, subscribe. If you want to see more, have a good day.